Do you want a salad for lunch?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'll do salad.
What do you have?
Through classes and communities throughout our 2 states, online workshops, a presence at health fairs, and a focus on fostering dementia-friendly communities, dementia education will be available to people where they live and when they have time to access it.
It was very quick that I understood that this was a very serious and a long-term problem, and that in some sense then the issue became more, how do I maintain a positive attitude, because that is a rather devastating thing. Denial is not helpful. The much harder part is, how do you regain some optimism and a will to go on and maximize the situation I'm in?
And how the Alzheimer's Association can help everyone realize how we're all impacted with this disease. To have gone to the mindfulness, to the memory club, I find myself being more open than I thought I could be, but I also see what Marv benefits from it. The reality was there, but there was also the hope at the same time.
If you're going to live life, I mean, you either have to aggressively then say, I want to live life, or you retreat. And retreating is not very attractive to me.
No one knows how much time you have. And none of us know that about anything in life, how much time we have. But when you have this diagnosis, you can say, okay, if I'm going to do something, I better start doing it now. And getting involved can make a difference. It makes a difference in your life, and hopefully it'll make a difference in the life of other people. And that's what Alzheimer's Association can do for you, because it's doing it for me.
By reaching out to the corporate community, the Alzheimer's Association will connect with even more people by providing employees with both on-demand and on-site information and education, making resources that employees need available where they work.
I think it's critical that dementia-related education is accessible to everyone, because this is just an often misunderstood disease, and it still has a lot of stigma, and it still has a lot of stereotypes, and it still has a lot of fear surrounding it. And only information and only education can help families and help individuals really cross over to something of understanding, and more importantly, acceptance of what it really is and what it really means. My father was diagnosed 2 years ago with frontotemporal dementia, and we as a family really didn't know what that was. We didn't know what it meant. We didn't know what to do about it. Had we not contacted the Alzheimer's Association or never heard of the Alzheimer's Association, our family would not be in the position that it is today. The Alzheimer's Association helped us mentally prepare ourselves so that we can begin to say goodbye to my father in a manner that, that is extraordinarily loving and respectful. There isn't a week that goes by where somebody doesn't stop by and ask me, here's what's going on. A relative just got a diagnosis. What do we do? What's available to us? And the first place I refer them to is very simple. It's the 800 number for the Alzheimer's Association. To bring this type of education into the workplace, it's really good and smart business. I think it also demonstrates a real sense of passion and a real commitment from an emotional standpoint around really the devastating effects of this disease on employees.
To help faith communities and their leaders better assist their members impacted by dementia, the Alzheimer's Association will develop a new clergy outreach program featuring materials and classes to help congregations of all religious affiliations understand and cope with dementia.
Good evening and welcome to Christ Presbyterian Church. My name is Deb Castle.
Alzheimer's disease was an unknown to me and my family. It was apparent that my mother was beginning to become more and more forgetful, So we moved her up here in 2004, and we began the journey of Alzheimer's disease. It was a very lonely, it was a very depressing, it was a very frustrating and frightening experience, only because we didn't know enough about the disease. We didn't know how best to respond to things that my mother was going through, and we didn't know best how to prepare ourselves for what was coming. Several months after my mom passed away, I put together a program here in the church to help people in the community learn more about Alzheimer's disease and how to better prepare them and their loved ones on this journey. It's been a very, very rewarding partnership with the Alzheimer's Association, and our church is really proud of it. I cannot believe that in a community of even 100 people in a church, that there aren't families who are going through this journey and would benefit greatly from a partnership and an educational program with the association. My hope is that we find a cure for this disease and the need for programs like this no longer will exist.
Through Alz Access, the Alzheimer's Association aims to help 102,000 people in Minnesota and North Dakota, one for every person over 65 with Alzheimer's, better understand the disease and have easier access to information and support.
I don't know what this journey is going to be like, but I also know that there are going to be people from the Alzheimer's that are going to walk this journey with me and with Marv, so it's the best it can be.